Hello, my name is Ray. I'm a Cisco Hong Kong partner SC, and today we want to go through some of the new one. It's a datasheet, and then today we will focus on the one of the product is a Cisco 9200 series. Okay, first we go to farm because why I want to go to discuss on the redo datasheet because most of the pre-sale when you prepare the solutions for the customer, you have to prepare the datasheet. Maybe you have to read the datasheet and then see what kind of model is more suitable for the customer. Okay, so I want to go through how to read the datasheet and then how to propose the switches which is a customer they wanted. Okay, first let me go to the Google and then find the Catalyst datasheet. Okay, 9200 series, and then okay, on the first one you can see Cisco Catalyst 9200 series switches datasheet. Maybe some of the pieces maybe have a confusing because the datasheet they have much of the information there. Let me go through one by one to let you know that how to read. Okay, so normally as a pre-sales, you have to understand why the customer they need the 9200 series because most of the customer they are for the layer 2 switch in the maybe several years ago, and then they using the 2960 series, and they are using the layer 2. They have to connect the phone or host. So first one, I will go first. I will first thing first. I have to see um this product is suitable for our customer. Okay, the product highlight, and then we can see okay this product can support up to 48 port PoE plus. PoE plus, if you remember, PoE is a 515.4 volt, and then PoE plus is maximum minimum maybe 18, maximum is maybe 30. So it depends on the device power consumption. So maybe some OS phone they just consume the 7.4. So if you count the power supply, you have to see how much they have to consume it. So the PoE plus, maybe some of the customers they looking for not the full PoE, they just have maybe partial. Okay, so we also have a flexible uplink, downlink options with data PoE plus and multi-link. It means some of the this switch support the modular design because the fan tray, power supply, and fan, and then the uplink uplink or downlink modules is support removable modular. Okay, so for the backplane stack, it support up to 160 gig because the on the 9200 series, you will see that the minimum support is 80 gig and the maximum is the 160. And then you can see there are you are using a new chipset. We are with the customer looking for max set, the layer 2 enhancement. We just support up to AES. It's just support up to AES with 128. We have a policy-based segmentations. This is very related to the SDA. We can work with the ISC to do that. Okay. For the layer 3, because traditional 2960 series is not support layer 3 or just support limited layer 3. So, but for the 92 series, we support OSPF, EI, GRP, ISIS, RIP, and some writing access default while something like that. So this is basic layer 3 functions. For the SD, just like I mentioned it before, you have to work in with IC or a DNA center. We also support the plug and play, and then for software version is RX60. RX60. So for the feature and benefit, you can see we offer two type, or can say three type of the Lito series model. We have the modular uplink model, enhanced VRF, VN virtual network up to support 32. Virtual network is very good for the SD deployment, and then the stack is 160. For the limited or fixed uplink module, we have a 9200L module. They don't have a removable venturi fan. We don't have, and then the module is fixed uplink. 80 gig is the only one VN. This one may not may not very suitable for the SDA deployment, but normally for the SDA we will choose first two, but for the general deployment we can using the 9200L. This is different model. Is a 48 port, 24 port, and then yeah. This is a part number. We will be using this part number to generate the BOM in the CCW Cisco commercial workspace. Is a T is a no data only, is no PoE, and P is mean the full PoE is full PoE. Yeah, we have a PB is more advanced on it, and then we have a HG, and then it support multi-gig. So normally is we have to check in the part number, the switch model, and then see the capability on it, and then some of the 48 port PoE we will using the more power supply, Okay. There we have a also partial PoE. You can see the partial one is a power supply is 600 volt, and then the full PoE one is a 1K. So it's what kind of difference on that? For the fixed module, we have to using L, and then the not fixed one is no L. Fixed one, this one is have a L. You have to snap which kind of uplink you need it for. Maybe just for 1G or for 1G 10G X. Okay, you can see X is T. Okay, or P, and then we also have a multi-gig uplink, 1G 10G 25G. Yeah, with full PoE. So for the level modules, we offer this kind of level modules with we not buy the 9200L, so we can select the level module on it, and we have 1G, 10G, 25G, and 40G. So we just when you generate the BOM, you have to select this one. Okay. It's a plus. Okay. Up to 30 watt per port. Yeah. But some of the old device, they're looking for 18.6 or 0.4. We also have to using the PoE plus 18. And we also support the fast PoE is much more fast, easy to power up the devices. This is a modular French. This is a power supply, removable power supply. Okay. So for this is a secondary power supply with the customer looking for the redundancy. So we just select the suitable one. Okay. It's very easy. It's very easy. Yeah. For the stacking, we have to see these two have some difference. 92 series, the maximum stack throughput is 160. Maximum stack members is 8. Okay. 92 series L also is 8, but the throughput is just 80. One of the P-sales asked me the question that is, can we mix and match just like maybe using 492 and then 492L? Is no, cannot. It cannot. Yeah, it's very important. Okay. We also have a different stack kit. It depends on the sizing, but it's have to remember that the stack cable with two switch, at least 3 stack, 2 stack cable, and this one you can see 4 switch have to using 4, but the last one you can see The last one is the stack. It's from the bottom one to the upper one. So if your stack is more than eight switches, I would suggest you buy at least 3 meters or 1 meters, because the default is a 15 cm. It's not enough for the last one. Okay, the first one to the second one should be fine. The second one to the third one is fine, but the last one back to the first one is not good. Yeah, so I would suggest you bought the one cable is more long, maybe 3 meters or 1 meters. Depends on the customer rack and rack size. Okay. So on the frame tray, just in case they have a backup frame tray, as I mentioned it, those model is support 4 virtual level or 32 virtual level is best for the SDA environment. But for the L1 is only one, is not that good. Maybe just for the management we can do that. The stack cable is a performance comparison table on the routing, on the multicast, on the QoS etc. Normally, most of the customer is using this one to be fine, unless some of the big customer they have to check the routing table, ACL table is this enough or not, but normally it should be fine, I can say. But as a PCL, maybe you have to check this is using the just layer tool or how many static while you have, and you have to asking some clarification questions on VLAN and the PSV RT or double frame or some of the HCT with they while using the SDA. You have to check it. For the bandwidth, you have to see the bandwidth is the bandwidth on this one. Okay, the bandwidth you have to try it. Some bandwidth is more and some bandwidth is less. This you have to make sure the customer they are good enough. Okay, for the software, it should be our RxXE. They support the API traditional command line or using web GUI and SDA functionality. QoS. I think it's easy. You to check do we support this kind of function and features, multicast routing. For the licensing, maybe some of the customer or have a confusing. With licensing, we have nowadays we have a perpetual license, level essential, level advantage, these two. Okay, but we will come with the smart licensing. Yeah, the DNA Premier, DNA Advantage, DNA Essential, and you have to track. Okay, you have to track. You have to track the DNA Essential or Level Essential. The DNA Essential just have a Level Essential perpetual license. You have to track this features Level Essential is this suitable for the customer or usable. But if you don't know it, I suggest you have to try it. Yeah, because I know Level Advantage has more features and then have a more functionality. So you have to check Level Advantage. Maybe they have a BGP, ISIS, something like that. They have to use a Level Advantage. Okay. For the smart licensing, you have to use it because after the 16.9.2, all the switches is using smart licensing, using a smart account to generate the license. Okay, you track. Okay, coming. So the level essential and advantage, the difference. We have to support this routing. This routing is not support. This one is support. Okay, the level advantage. We don't have level segmentations. Okay. And then for these two is very important. If the customer is using VLAN, using SDA, they have to using the level advantage. So that means you have to purchase the level advantage with DNA advantage, or maybe you need the DNA Premier because they will have some of the ISC license in there. Okay, this is a difference. For the DNA advantage, we we don't have, okay, the DNA essential, we don't have an M bar, we don't have a telemetry, but nowadays most of customers is looking on that. The telemetry is the visibility is very important. Yeah, because the malware, something like that, have a problem. Patch management, we don't have. Okay. SA, we don't support for the level essential. We don't have a level assurance, analytics, some visibility, client 360, we don't support. IC basis, IC plus is not included. Have to purchase the the separately, just like I said before. The DNA premier will be included. This one, Star Wars license. Okay, this is a general, maybe some of the product requirements, the product requirement, or some of the license sizing. This is how we have to calculate. Sometimes we have to calculate the red space, or do they fit on these switches? Do they fit in this red? But normally it's yes. I can say most of the red should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah. This kind of informations we have to take care because some of the server is very long, so maybe that rate is not enough to install in that space. But for the switches, it is fine. Yeah, based on my experience. But if you pay safe, try it. Okay. So for the kilograms, the different, yeah, different uh size kilograms. And then the mean time of failure, the time is mean time of failure time. Yeah, normally the failure time between the switches. Okay, so you have to see some of the management standard support. MIP, MIB. You can try it. This is a SNMP. And some of the standard I say that is this is PoE plus, this is a PoE, this one is a link aggregations, SAMP, Almond, QoS, like some of the supporting protocol on the when standard. On the power supply requirement, the total BTU, because this one you have to calculate the some of the backup power supply. Yeah. Net. Okay. Temperatures, some of the certification compliance, uplink. Okay. This one is a full PoE traffic, and then the power consumption on the standard switches on it. Okay. But normally we will. Okay, I can say most of the pizza is not take care of this one, maybe. But for me, I will try it. Yeah, because we just make sure is discussed. This is match the customer requirements on it. So for the royalties and test support, okay, for the ordering, it's very important for the pre-sales because we have to see which part number is which uh, license. That's the first one is a purely data switch and then advantage. We have to refer this part number, and then you just copy this one and then paste in the CCW, and then you will find the suitable switches. Okay, we just rely on this one. You have to find, okay, maybe I just select one, or maybe L24 data port, and then level essential with the 10G uplink. We just select this one. We just select this one. A is mean advantage. Okay. E is the essential. Okay. Okay, and then the uplink modules for the non-L products for 40G, 25G, 10G, and then stack cable as I mentioned it. Okay. And then there's a subscription for the DNA license, 3 years, 3 years, 7 years, 40 for 40 port, 40 import, for 24 port, okay, for 24 port, okay. So you have to set, and then you can see all the description in there. Okay, exactly. You can see this information in the CW as well. Okay. Okay, that's all for my side. Yeah, just in case if you have questions, just leave me a message, and I will talk about maybe the nice free series later on. Okay, thank you. Bye.